Hey guys, welcome to Iconically Her Halloween edition with none other than Sophia Solis. I've got an awesome makeup tutorial in store for you guys, inspired by Marilyn Monroe. This look is totally adaptable to anything you might need this Halloween season. Well, let's get into it. So to start off this makeup tutorial, I'm going to be pulling my bangs out of the way with my favorite scrunchie, as you can see, and then I'm going to use my favorite product, the Rapid Clear Face Toner, to rid my skin of any excess makeup or oil that might have built up on it during the day. Next, I'm going to use some BB cream to start as a good base, and I really love this product because it helps protect the skin and even out any redness. However, this usually isn't enough coverage for me, so after I blend that out, I'm going to use some foundation to provide more full coverage. Notice how careful I am to blend out all of that foundation because I want to avoid it looking cakey. Next, I'm going to use the Burt's Bees Lip Balm to hydrate my lips and prep them for lipstick later on. Now I'm using some concealer to cover up light blemishes and scarring on my face. This product also works well as an eyelid primer in my experience, so I'm also going to be applying it there. And now my favorite part, eyebrows. I'm going to be using a CoverGirl brow pencil in the shade 710 Soft Brown. I think eyebrows really help frame your face, and they're really fun to play around with when it comes to makeup. I, for one, love a bold brow, but in this case, I'm going to have to use some self-control and do a more simple brow to follow what Marilyn would have done. One thing to consider is brow maintenance. I always pluck my eyebrows every other day to make sure that they don't get out of hand. And with just a few more touch-ups, we're done. And then I'm going to be using some brow gel on my brows to keep them in place, especially focusing on the tails of them because that's usually where I have the most trouble. Next, I'm going to be using some powder to avoid looking oily and shiny for this look. And finally, the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to dive right into this Estee Lauder palette using this grayish brown pigment, and I'm just going to pack that onto the eyelid. And then I'm going to be using a blending brush to buff out those harsh edges. Fabsome! And now I'm going to be using the Total Temptation palette. I'm going to be taking the gold color and adding a bit of it into the corner of my eye, and this was a drugstore find that has easily become a permanent part of my makeup. And after some finishing touches, we're done with the eyeshadow. Next is eyeliner, and I'm going to be using my favorite eyeliner from e.l.f. I used to think liquid liner was really hard, and it still is. However, I think it's easier now than pencil. And then I'm just going to be making a small and dainty tail at the end. However, it doesn't always come out perfect, so I'm going to be using some makeup wipes to clean up the edge a bit, and then do the same on the other side. And now onto falsies. So I'm going to be taking an eyelash curler and just curling my top eyelashes a bit. I'm going to be taking my favorite pair of falsies, and I want to make sure to use black eyelash glue so it'll blend better. You might notice that I'm placing the eyelash more on the middle of my eyelid, and this is because Marilyn Monroe used to cut her falsies in half and actually just apply them at the end of her eyelid. However, I don't really want to cut mine, so as an easy alternative, you can just simply add it more towards the middle. Done! And now I'm going to be adding a thin layer of mascara to both of my eyes, especially making sure to apply a thin layer to my top lashes to help better blend the falsies into my natural lashes. Next is one of my favorites, blush. Marilyn Monroe always made sure to have rosy cheeks, so it's very important that you use blush. You're going to want to add a very little amount to your cheekbones because a little goes a long way. However, it is a very good addition to this look. Up next is highlight. I'm going to be using the same palette as before and adding a dollop of highlight to my nose and then to my temples. Next, I'm going to be lining my lips using a plum-colored lip liner. The reason I'm outlining my lips using a different shade is because I want to add more depth to my lips. By lining my lips using a plum shade and filling them in with a deeper red tone, this is going to help produce a more mature look and really give some depth to my lips. Try not to go over too much the depth that you created using the plum color when you're filling in your lips using the red lipstick. Mwah! Once the makeup portion of this look is done, feel free to add your own flair through any accessories you might want to add. A fun hat or hairpiece is always a good idea. Pearls add a feel of elegance, as well as any dainty watch you might have. And a cute little furry jacket is always a good idea. After a few finishing touches, the look is complete. And be careful, you might even get mistaken for Marilyn herself.
And this is the finished product. Like I said before, this look is totally adaptable, so whether you plan to be Sandy from Grease or Audrey Hepburn, hopefully you picked up some good makeup techniques. Follow me on Instagram at IconicallyHer, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye!